Well, hello everyone and welcome back to Drac's Clubhouse. We'll have to see how Twitch treats us tonight. But so far everything seems to be running, well, it seems to be running. Anyway. Over in Twitch, because Twitch is where I usually have the problems with, please do tell me if you're experiencing any problems. But it seems like the connection is a little bit more stable tonight than it was yesterday, so we are just gonna go for it and see what we can get done today. Now, to be honest, I do want to decorate the outside of this house, but I don't have much plans as to what I want to do. But I guess the correct thing to do is to just start placing blocks and see. I am looking at you, Daily. Welcome in. I do hope, I really do hope Twitch plays along tonight, because yesterday, I'm telling you, yesterday was such a mess. Twitch kept bombing out and all that, those sort of things. But I guess everything seems a little bit better today. So you must just let me know if there's any issues on Twitch on the stream. So let's go outside and have a little look and see if we can make some plans. Well, wait, no. Let's go to sleep first. Thanks, Dilly. I do appreciate it. So, how has your day been? How has your week been? Because we haven't spoken a lot this week. Or it doesn't feel like it, at least. So the other day we've been working here on the wheat farm, or the wheat field. So I'm not going to, the intention isn't to be farming the wheat over here. But anyway, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what we do. But I do want to start getting a few decorations in here. And on the outside of the walls, because the walls does look a little bit bland. Now I'm just trying to decide what we're going to do for the decorations. So these windows are all 2 blocks, so I can definitely do a nice little thingy over here. It's been busy, too many call offs, so I haven't been able to hop in for your streams because it's towards the end of my workday. I know that, Daily. I know that, and I realize. So that, you know what, that just makes me appreciate you popping in even more. Because I know it's towards the end of your workday, and I know when I'm catching Misfit streams, so Misfit, usually she starts about, well, depends on my shift, but she starts either 2 hours or 4 hours before the end of my workday. And I know when it gets close to the end of the day, it is like you want to stay, you want to be in the chat, you want to be in the stream, but it just gets a little bit more difficult because we all have our little end of day things to do, clean up and all that. But as I always say, if you do get busy at work, don't worry, it's fine if you lurk in the background, or even if you can't stay, that's also perfect. I really don't have much of a problem with it. In fact, I just appreciate the support. I am trying to, well, make affiliate on Twitch, And the only thing outstanding is having three active streamers in what, 4 streams or something, which I honestly, most days I don't have 3 people on here. And Misfit and I was talking about the other day about having people in the chat, and I've got 2 things about it, or I've got 2 points of view on it. So number 1, I enjoy only having 1 or 2 people in the chat because you can actually have a nice, decent conversation. However, on the other hand, if the chat is busier with like 5 or 10 people chatting, that's exciting. That sort of gets the adrenaline going. So, but I enjoy both. If I some days if I only have 1 or 2 people in the chat, that's all right. I enjoy it. But sometimes it is just nice having 5 or 10 people chatting. Just keeps things going a little bit better. So I need to really decide what I'm going to do here. So I was thinking, that's why I brought the hay bales. I'm just going to put a little pile of hay right in this corner. Maybe something like that will work. Then we can just pop a lantern there. I'm going to need, I think, spruce. Spruce will work really well. Yes, Delhi, like I said, I totally understand because I'm in the same situation. So don't worry about it. Don't sweat about it. Like I say, I appreciate every minute that you are able to spend in the chat with me. So for now, I'm thinking now I can't remember how to do this. Because I have this one shutter design that always works really nicely. No. Maybe we do that. Then we get a little sign in here. So that really works well for something that looks like the shutters is just halfway open. I think we can, if we do it over on this side, and show you. So the idea would be to maybe have one like that, which looks like it's half open, and the other one totally open. Misfit, hello, welcome in. I'm so glad that you decided to pop in. I'm just busy doing a little bit of or trying to figure out something to do with these windows. They do look a little bit bare from the outside. So I don't know. I've got 2 ideas which I want to try out. So the one would be having the shutters maybe something like this. So which design would you think works better? So this one kind of just looks a little light. Maybe it's something like that to make it feel a little thicker. I don't know. I like both sort of designs, but I do need to do something. Okay, that could work. My concern is just something. I need to do something up here because this looks really plain. But it makes sense what you say. Having this one, and maybe I should just swap the two sides around. Maybe let's, so that we maybe have what? That's not what I wanted to do anyway. Anyway. So maybe I have this one on the outside. Look, Misfits, I think it's all of our worlds are like that. But the thing is, what I always find with decorating is that once you start placing blocks, it becomes kind of easier. Once you just start placing a few blocks and you start getting the idea in your mind, or the idea going, it becomes easier. I think the placing that first block is just the biggest thing. Now, how many people are? 4 people online and nobody going to sleep. I know Dadcraft is AFK at his slime farm. So Mr. Dadcraft actually says we actually finished the slime farm. I remember last time you and I were having a look at it. So I think by now he did finish that giant slime he was working on. Some point we'll check it out. But in the meantime, we now have a rocket shop as well at spawn. Anna Watson, thank you for the follow. I do really appreciate it. Hi, how are you doing? And welcome to the stream. We are just having a little chill Friday evening stream on the Drac's SMP or Drac's Clubhouse SMP, and we're just trying to do a little bit of outside decoration for the starter house. And I am a little bit lost with what I want to do with the decorations on these outside walls, because honestly speaking, the upper part of the wall does feel very, very bland. If I can say that, that makes any sense. It does feel a little bland up here, but I don't know what I can do to make it a little bit better. maybe... all right, maybe we'll think about it. Let me see what we can do with all these. If I can do all the shutters. So in these bigger windows, I'm just thinking of having... in the bigger windows, I think I can just do something... oh, calcite. I don't think there's any variations of calcite blocks. But I think I've got a few. If I do have calcite, I don't have a lot of it. I'm sure I've got some. And this isn't... this is quartz. I wonder if I do have, and that's... you can see I do need to come and label these chests, because I'll never find what I'm looking for. Don't I have any calcite in here? You think diorite might work? Or I always just feel that diorite is such a busy block. I know I do have calcite. So is it in these decorating? Well, I do have a I do have access to a geode. Which, if you guys don't mind the trip, we can go and grab a few blocks of calcite. But it is right at the bottom of the world, though. So yes, like I say, the calcite's right at the bottom of the world, because I've been doing a little bit of, I don't know, is it the lazy way to find diamonds? Or is it the hard way to find diamonds? Misfit, I've been thinking of the pale oak shelves. Eeny, meeny, miny, I think this way. I've been thinking of the pale oak shelves, maybe putting a few of those up on the wall. That might work. That might look interesting. I know you've put shelves on your walls on the outside, haven't you, in one of your builds? So that can definitely work. So that we'll just grab a few of these. I mean, don't need them up here. Because these will just give a little bit of a different sort of texture to the walls. And I probably need to have a bite to eat. And let's see, I should have a few more blocks in here. So let's go and see. So, I've told you guys that it was extremely hot at work today. So I checked, I drank about almost a gallon of water today. So now for tonight I'm off of water. I'm just having nice cold glass of orange juice. right next to me. You know, you get different sorts of juices, and usually I find juices too sweet, but this is more of an orange nectar, so it's very sour, and I do love that. um yes, Misfit, I know about that. I will definitely pop in there. So I know you've got maybe a few little couple of minutes to spend with me, but that's all right. I appreciate the pop in anyway. So but I will definitely, because I'm going to be maybe, well, streaming for a little bit, but when I'm done, and you'll probably still be busy on there, so I'll definitely pop in. So if we just do, I don't know, I was thinking something like that. So I think that looks good. That the little bit of a color difference just adds a little bit. But now if I were to, if I just do this in a few places, so yes, and the calcite I only want to use towards the top. I don't want to use it at the bottom of the build, but on the top, I think that does make a little bit of a difference, and it fits in well, I think. Let's see if we do this. I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. It looks all right. I can go with it. I think that was a really good idea, Dali. It does make a big difference. It just adds a little bit of texture, but I don't want to do too much of it. I don't want to overdo it, obviously. I think maybe just like that. And then how about we grab some... Do I don't have any vines. I thought I do have vines. But alright, that's also not a problem. I can easily go and grab some vines, but maybe I should just make a few shelves. Shelves, you use stripped logs for it, right? Pale oak shelves, yes. I'll just grab a couple. Anna, by the way, I wanted to make some art for your channel if you don't mind. Listen, Anna, well, anybody is free to express their art um, and express your creative side. So I really wouldn't mind if you do something, but I would ask that you just keep it family friendly. Misfits, how does that? I think that works as well. I think having I like the shelves up there. That really also makes a big difference. And you see, that's the thing. In Minecraft, the smallest thing can make the biggest difference. I do like that. You see, this is exactly why I like streaming what I'm doing, because you guys come up with such awesome ideas sometimes. Most of the time, okay, not just sometimes. Most of the time, you guys really help me out with your ideas. And I'm more than happy to implement your ideas in my builds. And that's the fun of having a community, being part of a community. We can all work together and help each other out. Hi, GV on YouTube. How are you doing tonight? So as I've said over the last few days, I am multi-streaming to Twitch and YouTube. So we've got Misfits, Anna and Deli Fresh currently in the chat on Twitch, and then we've got GV live on YouTube who just said hi. But now, Misfits, one question though. If I do the shelves over the top of the windows, I think, wouldn't it then be better to have these ones just open like that? Deli, your opinion, left or right? So I really like this one with the shutter half open, but then this shelf over here looks out of place, and if I remove this shelf, it's going to mess up my OCD, because I like symmetry. This one open and that one closed is already bothering me. So you both like the left better. Okay. So I wanted to ask you my left or your left, but I guess on a stream, my left is your left. So that, I think this works then. Deli, you say you don't like how far the trapdoors stick out. If it was half that length, it would look better than the full one. I agree. But for the center, I do like this little canopy. What do we call it? A canopy? Misfit, I know they don't have to match. But tell that to the OCD part of my brain. The canopy looks good. So everywhere where I've got this 3 window sections, I'll use the canopy. And I think on these bigger windows, I'll also use the canopy, because it's just not going to work for my mind if Yeah, because I think all right, Misfits, thanks for popping in. You have a great stream as well. Enjoy it. I mean, it's not something you do every day on the with your friends. So you enjoy it. I'll see later on. Um I'll probably be streaming for maybe another hour to an hour and a half. I'm sure you will still be on by that time. So I might just pop in and say hi. Right, then I need to go and craft a few more trapdoors. We just... I do find trapdoors to be just a little bit too expensive to my taste. So you use sticks, planks, and that only gives you 2 trapdoors. That's ridiculously expensive, I think. So over on the sides, I'll just do a simple canopy like this. The other thing is I also don't want to just do the same thing over and over. But if it looks good and it works, why not? So that's already giving a little bit more dimension to the home, I think. And then I was thinking we could maybe put a little planter box with a few flowers underneath the top window. And just see how that works out. Maybe pale oak trapdoors. Just... I do have a few. Let me grab a little bit of dirt. And now obviously the inventory is starting to get a little bit messy. That's alright, we can deal with it. This isn't going to exactly work out the way I wanted it to. Because if we put the dirt over here, we're not going to be able to put a trapdoor underneath. And by only putting the trapdoors up like that, I don't like that I'm seeing the... But can we bring these ones down like so? Like that. All right, and let's see what I've got for flowers. Flowers should be in here. Could we maybe add a few sweet berries and maybe 2 tall flowers? Let's go and check it out. Because doing this will just add a little bit of color to the... I can't do 2 tall flowers, can I? Hmm. Ow. So the 2 tall flowers definitely isn't going to work up there. But I can grab some... I was thinking... poppies. Where can I find poppies? So if I put poppies up there, maybe a poppy and what's the yellow flower? Dandelion. That could work. So that will... Yeah, in the first place, 2 tall is just too tall. Well, 2 tall is too tall. And the thing is, I can't put a 2 tall up here because of this trapdoor. It makes it too... Well, the 2 tall is too tall. But I was thinking maybe the berry bush in the center and then the 2 flowers on the sides. Hi Matthew in YouTube, welcome to the stream. Thank you for popping in, and how has your day been so far? What are you up to? Well, thank you very much for the sub. I didn't get a notification, strangely. But thank you for the sub very much. I do appreciate it. I might want to get up to that window up there as well. I see this little window. I'm not going to be able to do the flower box. I think we can still do the little canopy over it. And this is half slabs so that we don't get any nasty... So why am I... I don't understand, Matthew. Are you asking why am I alone? Oh, I'm alone because I'm working on my starter house over here. And there's not many people online at the moment. Most of them are also working on their starter homes or farms and things. Then I'm thinking, could we maybe... that's not going to work, but I do want to go and grab a little bit of vines. Vines would work. Wow. Matthew, this is a community server that I'm playing on. So to be able to join, you need to, well, hang out in the chat, hang out with the community, and the admins will need to get to know you first before they're going to let you join. This isn't, I don't own this server. I'm just playing on the server within the community. So I think with a server like this, obviously we want we don't just want to bring anybody into the server. You will need to get to know a few of the community members before you'll be able to join. Definitely not a hard process, definitely not hard to do, but you will need to hang out a little bit longer in the streams of the community members like myself. And we've actually got quite a few people on streaming on Twitch from this server. And yes, that's the best advice I can give you if you would want to join. So obviously one of the things is also that we don't want to just have people joining and then not staying around. Okay, Matthew, you say you know, or I know you play Minecraft, and I saw I White and the Steve and it gone. I don't know what is that thing. Matthew, you are not... I don't understand what you mean. Maybe if we add a few vines up here. That'll also just add a little bit of something, some interest. And now thinking of it, I might need to go looking for a pale oak forest, or so that I can find the other vines. I think that might look even better up there. Wait, how did I do what? Like the hovercam, there's a mod called FreeCam. Now on the server, we use Legacy FreeCam, which doesn't allow you to go through blocks. The normal FreeCam will allow you to go through blocks. But just in order to keep things more fair, on the server, on the SMP, we use Legacy FreeCam. It's available, you can search for it on Modern. The more normal FreeCam you'll find on CurseForge and Modern and all the big modding platforms will have FreeCam. It's just a nice thing to be able to just pop out of your body and get a little bit of a further view from what you're doing. I think this is really coming together. This little starter house is becoming quite interesting. I don't know if we maybe... Maybe if we do a few vines coming down here, that could work as well. Thank you very much, Matthew. I appreciate the compliment. So I've got this. Look, I'm from South Africa, and in South Africa, in the Western Cape, they've got this bold style, this architecture style they call Cape Dutch, which is these white buildings with the black roofs. Usually thatch roofs, but alright, in Minecraft we don't have that black thatch sort of blocks. So I just find that style of buildings interesting, and that's what I'm trying to recreate over here. But thank you very much for the compliment. I do appreciate it. I do enjoy my builds more if other people also think it's cool. It's good looking. I do have glowberries. I need to, because I want to do something with the glowberries as well. I'm going to need some bone meal for that, and as per usual, the inventory is a mess when we start actually building things. And I think up here I would like to have a few glowberries growing here. Only have a few stacks of spruce logs. You can have a few if that's all you need. I have a stack of saplings. Minecraft is updated. It says creating the spear. Yes, I think they dropped the first snapshot for the new drops either yesterday or today. I can't remember. And it's a small... Go again. My apologies. We will be right back. Just hang on. All right, but it seems we are back. Right, but for some reason now YouTube is giving me a funny error. Matthew, you can just let me know if the stream is lagging on YouTube, because YouTube Studio just gave me a message now that something is not right. But on my side the connection looks good, so you can just maybe let me know if you're experiencing any lag. Yes, our server admins are really quick to sort out these issues. if the server goes a little bit haywire. All right, so I think this is also going to look really nice. Now, I don't know how many of these I want to put in here. So I don't want to overdo it. But I'm thinking maybe a little bit more. Maybe just a few more will do the trick. Why did you fall down there now? Come on, don't be scared. Not gonna hurt you. Maybe one there, another one there. Maybe one more. All right, then we'll let them grow a little bit and then we'll just share them at different heights to kind of keep it interesting. I really am trying to not let the OCD take hold of me. So I'm trying to basically trying to have a little bit of offsets and not have everything. What? Is it only... No, we can make more. All right. Yes, Delhi, the server... No, Delhi, the server crashed. Yeah, the server did crash, but I didn't see the stream go down. But Misfit and I were speaking about it yesterday, that Twitch over the last few days has been giving... there's a lot of people whose streams I watch who also said that Twitch has been giving them a little bit of a hard time over the last couple of days. Ow! Come on. Maybe... we do this. Oh, Delhi, so you say you came back with your phone on my home page for Twitch. Alright, that's strange, but I do see Twitch is starting to just act up again. Because if I look over at my second screen, or my third screen actually, where I've got Twitch open, I see it is buffering every now and then. I can't understand why, but I've got some time on Sunday, then I'll play around with settings to see if I can get it sorted out. Matthew, I don't play horror Minecraft. I'm kind of at the moment, Matthew, I'm not playing a lot of modded Minecraft, or not heavily modded. anyway, I do enjoy a good mod every now and then. So if you've got any suggestions, Matthew, on horror mods for Minecraft, you're welcome to drop them in the chat and I can always check it out later. Deli, thanks for letting me know. I know I did ask you to let me know if there's anything funny going on. But I think, like I say, I will have to, when I've got time over the weekend, maybe just have a look at the settings for Twitch. Because as I said, when the YouTube stream generally is running very nicely, it's running smooth. But on the Twitch side, I do get a little bit of buffering every now and then, which I don't really understand. I don't understand where that's coming from. And maybe we can do the same over on this side as well. Oops. I really do like the shelves. The shelves make such a difference. And we can plant a few berry bushes. Ow. Matthew, what do you mean you did it? You made fun Minecraft. Have you made a horror pack or something? You can always just let me know if you've got anything you'd like me to check out. Because I'm always up for checking out new things. Oh, and Delhi, if you're still listening, I see that my Twitch stream did restart. Apparently it looks like the same time the server kicked me out, the Twitch stream restarted. So it might just be that my connection actually just dropped for a minute and that's what kicked me out. So it seems to be going again, which is always nice. This one we can just snip. This one. Okay, Matthew, thank you for joining me on YouTube tonight. I really appreciate the support. And I will see you next time when you're on again. Thanks and enjoy your weekend. Yes, Daily, it had to have had a hiccup or something. I don't know, that's one of the... You know what? So, over in South Africa, we actually... we do have pretty decent internet. But we do still struggle with a lot of issues on internet. I think it's not as good as it could be. But it's alright, it's good enough for me to actually play Minecraft and be online. So I shouldn't be complaining about it anyway. And I'm thinking we could easily just get a few pots up here. Maybe go grab a interesting flower or two. Well, can't really, because my inventory is obviously full of the wrong things already, or again, as usual. I don't want an egg. Maybe the yellow flowers will work. Then maybe we can just add a little lantern for more decoration. And I don't really know what other sort of decorations we can do on here. Don't want to, as I said earlier, I definitely don't want to overdo it. But I do think this is looking alright. I don't know whether I should put another planter box in the middle over here. No. Not going to. What I think I can do is put some of these shelves just to break the monotony of it all. I don't know if I put maybe a... So that will continue growing. Maybe just the one. Or maybe two. We'll let that grow and see how we like it. I do feel that I might be overdoing it, but I'm thinking glow lichen might be a better option there. But I can't remember that I've seen glow lichen anywhere. Well, I've seen when I was trying to find diamonds the other night, but obviously I didn't think of collecting any. Definitely don't think I've collected any. Nope, I didn't. I guess that's alright, I can easily go and find some. Let's see if I do a little bone meal action over on this side. Right, to be honest, I don't really love the vines. You know, in the front of the building, they might work, but these ones over here, I don't dig them. So I think I must just chop them down. Be gone, your evil. I think that's better. When I get some glow lichen, or maybe those pale vines from the pale oak forest. All right, Daily, it might be your internet, but it also might be my stream. Now, I didn't see any connection drops on my side, but it might, like I say, it could be either or. And like I said, I think I said it yesterday in Misfit stream, or maybe it was today. The connection issues I've been having with Twitch just makes me realize why I used to only stream on YouTube. And I can't understand, what is the difference between the Twitch and YouTube stream protocols? And why the one would be giving issues and the other one not? That just, that's just the one part that I don't really get. I don't understand. Maybe a rose bush or two? Exactly. Doesn't make sense. But now, well, loads of things doesn't make sense. But your work does have internet issues here and there. It doesn't help the equipment is over 10 years old. Yes. Look, I can vouch for that. Equipment being over 10 years old is definitely not going to help. So it could be either or. Could be the one or the other. I wouldn't put full blame on either side then in that case. So I don't know. I think this is looking good. I don't want to do too much more because I'm afraid that I might just already be into that phase of overdoing things. And I think this is where I need to stop. I shouldn't be doing much more here. Berto, Lucas, hello, welcome back. So Lucas was joining me on the YouTube side of things yesterday, and he also joined me on Twitch as well. But with all the issues with the Twitch disconnect yesterday, we mainly talked on YouTube. So Delhi, we've got Berto or Lucas online on the YouTube stream now as well. Maybe we can do a little bit of yes, Lucas is on Twitch too. Well, good evening, Lucas. I don't know where, I never asked you where you're from, Lucas. And what time of day is it where you are? I know a lot of my viewers are from the US, and that usually means it's afternoon, just after lunchtime when I start streaming. I think we can get away with these short flower pot tree thingies in the corners over here. And maybe another one right there. And if I want to make another one, I'm going to need a few bricks. So I will probably have to go out looking for some pottery shirts at some point so that I can just... Oh, that was the wrong place. Needs to be up there. But as I was saying, I will need to go out and find some pottery shirts just so that I can make these pots, bigger pots, look a little bit nicer. So you're in Europe near the Baltic Sea, Lithuania. Well, welcome, Lithuania. I've had other people from Lithuania in my streams. A few weeks back, I have had other people from there as well. And I'm also one of the Twitch streamers I watch is also from there. I just can't quite get on the name right now, but he is from there as well. And well, as I've got an accent and some people do like my accent, I do like the accent from over there as well. And 21:30, 9:30. So the time over there is the same as over here in South Africa. We are also at 9:30 at night right now. So Delhi is from the United States, so it is pretty much just about lunchtime, or just past lunchtime over there, I think. I do think I want to 2:30 p.m. Yes, just past lunchtime. So, Delhi, tell me, do you know, is Misfits live already? I think she said she's going live 2 p.m. Alright, now I'm just trying to think. Oh, alright. I'll definitely pop in there when I'm done on this stream. Which should be maybe about 20 minutes or so. Then we'll pop over there just to say hi. I am thinking, just having a little bit of a I don't know, I'll need to figure out a way to make a few, well, I want to make a few benches over here, and might just be able to do it with slabs. How will this look? So if we do, maybe a slab like that. Then well, definitely not one there. But anyway, I've got an idea. I've got an idea for let's just throw something in here and pressure plate. How does that work out for a little bit of a just a little cozy breakfast sort of area? Maybe we can do another one this side. So listen, Lucas, your questions didn't annoy me at all. I always I enjoy answering questions, and if at any point your questions does become annoying, I will be the first one to tell you, listen brother, it's annoying. But really, I don't think you've got anything to worry about. I really did enjoy our chat last night. It was fun. I mean, um, I I always say that I do enjoy streaming because of the people we meet. And like you say, you're from how many people is in Lithuania? Maybe like, is it 2-3 million? I think it's quite a small country if I've got it right. And then on top of that, over the last couple of weeks since I've been streaming on Twitch, having met 3 people from Lithuania, um, how does that work? One of the smaller countries in the world, and in 2 or 3 weeks, a small streamer like myself meeting 3 people from there. That's just amazing. That makes this whole experience worth it. All right, but like I said, you say you are busy building a gold farm, so you'll just be watching. That's perfectly fine. You're more than welcome to just hang out. And if you want to say something, you're more than welcome. If not, if you're just having the stream open in the background, you're more than welcome to do that as well. I have absolutely no problem with that. I'm thinking. I just want to try something out that I think might look interesting. Grab a few pieces of iron here. I can just go and put some of this mess away. Just to make a little bit of space in the inventory. And can do a couple of iron bars. And see how this will look. Just put the iron bars there. Just the one. I think that also makes a difference. Just looking like a little bit of a railing or hand railing over there. I think that works. Then I must maybe do the same on this side. And over there as well. That looks awesome. And I'm really starting to like the way that this is coming together. Maybe we can have a little pot over there as well. Just like that. And we can maybe have a few more flowers. I don't really have much in the sense of flowers. But let me see quickly. I think there is a flower forest not too far away, which we can just definitely quickly go and check out. Doesn't hurt anybody if we just take a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather, and go and check out some of our surroundings. So put the iron back. Just put these decorative blocks away. Maybe drop the bones I might keep with me so that I can grow more flowers. My quartz is over here. Alright, and I can put the calcite in there. Okay, let's go on a little bit of a exploration trip. Go and see if we can find the flower forest, which I do believe is over in that direction. Right over here. This is also just not exactly the flowers that I've been looking for. What's going on here? Has Drac been building up here in the sky? Why would she be doing that? What's the... Strange lady, this friend of ours. But alright, I've got another idea where there might be a flower forest. I just want to maybe... I do have these flowers at home. I need the pink ones. Alright, let's... There's leaf litter, which isn't... I'm just looking for some more interesting flowers. Oh. Village? Delhi, I know somebody might know, but I could also check the map. So that's a meadow and that's a meadow, so that's not the flowers I'm really looking for. Oh, but I do need to go to the cherry grove as well, because I want some of those pink petals that goes on the ground. Savannah. There's a sunflower plains. Delhi, the thing is, I don't really want to travel too far, you know? But I think let's just go over to this little cherry blossom biome. Because I do want some of those pink petals as well. You've got a point there. I'll ask just in a moment. Because then I can obviously just travel to their which direction? Oh. Ow. No problem, Delhi. That's, you know, I'm sure I can stop saying it. You can stop apologizing when you've got real life things to do. You've got to do it. You have to do what you have to do. I know that's not always what we want to do. You've got like 10 minutes left. I've got like also going maybe like 10 minutes before I'm going to end the stream. Lucas, no, I have not yet died with the Elytra. In this world so far, I have only died once. And it was drowned with a trident that got me. In my solo survival world, I told you yesterday I've never had an Elytra in my solo world, so I could not ever have died using an Elytra. So let me ask the other people on the server know of where a flower forest is. Alright, then I think I've made really good progress tonight with the decorations. I think this side of the little star towers is coming along nicely. And if we pop into the hovercam, this view is also coming along really nicely. I think this little house is starting to look very cozy now, which is perfect. Now it seems that Twitch got stuck again. Oh no, it's still going. Maybe let me just go and grab a few more trapdoors. Lucas, thank you so much for the $2.32 super chat. I really do appreciate it. You know what, Lucas? Let me just look you in the eye and say thank you very much. Thank you so much. That is actually the very, very first super chat I've ever received on YouTube. So that is super special. Thank you so much for that. You're awesome. Unfortunately, I don't know why it didn't pop up on screen. It was supposed to pop up. But thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. That is, you know what? You just made my week. I think what you just did is make the last 2 years of struggling on YouTube absolutely worth it. So thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. I cannot start telling you how much. That's awesome. Now, you know, now I can go to bed and sleep really, really well tonight. I'm definitely going to put your name somewhere in my survival world. I'm going to put a sign up with your name, and that will forever be stored on the solo survival world. Thank you so much. Now you make me forget what I wanted to do. You know what? It's for moments like this that I actually do this. For moments like this. And you know what? There can only be one first. And you've done it. Well, Lucas, thank you very much for saying that I am one of the nicer ones. Lots of people have told me that. Lots of people have been saying that to me, and I am slowly but surely starting to believe it. I'm not one to take compliments very well, but I'm slowly but surely starting to change my mindset on that. And definitely, you say most other streamers just answer because they have to, but you sound like you want to answer. Yes, I do want to answer. Because, look, I always tell my colleagues at work that I enjoy intelligent conversation. And how do you define intelligent conversation? Intelligent conversation to me, from my perspective, isn't somebody that knows everything or knows lots of fancy terms and things. Intelligent conversation to me is just somebody that you can have a conversation with. And what is a conversation? The conversation is asking questions and answering questions, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just having a conversation, and to be honest with you, I am who I am. I'm not going to change who I am. And what you're experiencing on this stream is it's just who I am. It's just me. And if people enjoy that, I'm very happy. If people don't enjoy that, nobody is forcing them to be here. All right, I've just been running around up and down. Let's just see how that looks. I can live with that. Now, I was actually looking for some other flowers, but I think I'm just going to grab a few of these cherry saplings to put in the pots, because the cherry saplings also always looks good if you place them in pots. And even the birch saplings, I like the way they look in the pots as well. So we can maybe just do one here, one over here, and we can put a birch sapling there. Maybe do that. I always forget I can put saplings in pots. There you go. And that looks great. Lucas, you live in your village basement. Well, I hope you're talking about in your Minecraft world and not actually. Well, you actually live in a basement in a village. That's also alright. But I've had a lot of people telling me that their houses doesn't look as nice as mine. Now, mine does certainly look nice, but I've seen a lot nicer. Look, I'm a very big fan of Hermitcraft, and I think I am many years from the style that those people build in, but I think my build looks okay. It looks really nice, and I love it. Nobody else loves it, but I love it. That's good enough for me. And maybe we can just go put a few of these, not those, just put a couple of these pink petals down as well. So I didn't go out to get them for nothing. And must just maybe have a few of them over here as well. Just like, how exactly does this work? That way. Yes. Okay, Daily, thank you so much for catching the stream. I'm going to also be going very soon. But thanks for popping in. Thanks for watching the stream. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the chat. And thanks for the lurk and everything. I'll definitely catch you again next time. Either on Misfit stream later on or on my stream. You're always welcome. It's always a pleasure having you here. And you should have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much. So Lucas, I am also I did have a Discord, but I did delete the Discord. I wasn't happy with the server. But I am working on getting Discord up again. And then I would really like you, when it's up, to join. And you can share your Minecraft world on there. You can share screenshots and stuff from there. That's the idea that I've got, which I would really like people to do. So I will definitely let you know when it's up, so that I can see your village basement that you're living in. You know what? To be honest, for the first week of being on this server, I lived right there in this village house. This village house right over here, this was home for the first week or so on the server. And then this little village house over here was my storage area. So I had this place full of chests for all my storage. So living in a village basement in Minecraft is perfectly fine. I think that is absolutely normal, to be honest. But alright, I think let's call it here for the night. I am a little bit tired. I still have a full day of work tomorrow. You say you would love to share some photos because it looks and is very corrupted. That always sounds interesting, my friend. So, but yes, as I was saying, I've got a full day of work tomorrow, so I better get out of here. And again, Lucas, thank you so much for joining the stream. Thank you so much for popping in. I hope to see you again here next time. I am not sure yet whether or not I'm streaming tomorrow evening, same time, same place. If I do, you should get a notification, and if you're not busy, you can always pop in. If I don't stream tomorrow, I will definitely stream on Sunday. So one of the 2 days I will definitely be on. So until next time, enjoy your weekend. And again, thank you so much for the super chat. I will see you next time. Goodbye.